The disappearance and murder of JonBenét Ramsey. The murder of 6-year-old JonBenét Ramsey is one of the most notorious and solved cases in American history. The events surrounding her death captivated the nation in the mid-1990s, and various theories and conspiracies have continued to surface ever since. This case has continued to provoke interest due to its baffling circumstances and tragic outcome. JonBenét Patricia Ramsey was born on August 6, 1990, in Atlanta, Georgia, to John and Patsy Ramsey. From an early age, JonBenét was introduced to the world of beauty pageants, a decision influenced by her mother, who had a passion for the pageant scene. The Ramsey family later moved to Boulder, Colorado, where JonBenét became a well-known competitor in local and national beauty contests. JonBenét was described by friends and family as a bright and bubbly child with a charismatic personality. She excelled in her pageant performances and won numerous titles, including Little Miss Colorado, showcasing her poise and beauty to judges and audiences alike. However, behind the glamour was a family that had shifted dramatically due to multiple pressures and challenges. On the night of December 25, 1996, the Ramsey family celebrated Christmas at their home in Boulder. After the festivities, JonBenét went to bed in her own room. The following morning, John and Patsy Ramsey woke up to discover that their daughter was missing. Around 5:30 Amazonas on December 26, Patsy found a handwritten ransom note in their home demanding $118,0 for JonBenét's safe return. The note was lengthy in detail, indicating that the author seemed to have some knowledge of the Ramsey family. In a state of panic, Patsy immediately called the police to report her daughter missing. When detectives arrived on the scene, they initially treated the case as a kidnapping due to the ransom note. The police worked diligently to gather information, but as hours turned into a frantic search, the situation took a dark turn. Around polícia militar that same day, John Ramsey discovered JonBenét's body in the basement of their home. She was covered with a blanket, and it was evident that she had been murdered. The details of the scene shocked investigators. JonBenét had suffered blunt force trauma to her head, and there were signs of strangulation. The autopsy revealed devastating findings. The medical examiner concluded that JonBenét had died from a combination of blunt force trauma and asphyxia. There were indications of sexual assault, leading to further complexities in the investigation. A fractured skull and signs of prior abuse raised concerns about a possible predator, either external or someone close to JonBenét. The murder of JonBenét Ramsey quickly captured national media attention, transforming into one of the most sensationalized cases in American history. The media portrayed JonBenét as a beautiful, innocent girl, and the dramatic circumstances filled news cycles for weeks. Speculation ran rampant, with the Ramsey family often under public scrutiny. The narrative shifted between discussing the photogenic nature of JonBenét's life and crude theories questioning her parents' involvement. This media firestorm only intensified the emotional strain on the Ramsey family, as they were thrust into the spotlight amid grief. Several theories emerged about JonBenét's murder, leading investigators down multiple paths without achieving a decisive conclusion. Among the notable suspects and theories are 1. Intruder theory. One of the most circulated theories posits that an unknown intruder entered the Ramsey home, kidnapped JonBenét, and subsequently killed her. Advocates for this theory point to several factors, including evidence of forced entry and potential signs of burglary. Theory number 2, family member involvement. Investigators closely examined the possibility that JonBenét was killed by someone within her family. This theory gained traction due to the complex dynamics in the Ramsey household. Some suggested that JonBenét's older brother, Burke, was involved, possibly due to a sibling conflict. However, no concrete evidence linked him to the murder, and he has maintained his innocence. Theory number 3, Patsy Ramsey is a suspect continuer. Although not charged, Patsy faced intense public scrutiny and speculation, especially after it was suggested that the ransom note had similarities to her handwriting. The emotional trauma of losing her daughter and the extreme pressures of public attention made the investigation particularly harrowing for her. Patsy always maintained her innocence and claimed that she would never hurt her daughter. Tragically, Patsy Ramsey passed away from ovarian cancer in 2006, without ever receiving closure regarding her daughter's murder. The media's role in the investigation created chaotic circumstances. As a high-profile case, JonBenét Ramsey's murder attracted intense media coverage, which both helped bring attention to the case and hindered the investigation. Anonymous tips and false leads flooded the authorities, complicating the efforts of detectives. Graphic speculation, often fueled by conspiracy theories and sensational reporting, meant that public perception shifted rapidly, sometimes leading to trial by media rather than fact-based inquiries. The investigation faced numerous challenges. Forensic evidence was limited, with the crime scene contaminated due to the number of people who entered the Ramsey home before police arrived. Key evidence, such as the ransom note, had been subjected to scrutiny and analysis during a time when forensic science was less advanced compared to today's standards. As years passed, the case grew colder, yet interest in JonBenét's murder never fully waned. In 2006, the Boulder Police Department reopened the investigation, spurred by advancements in DNA technology and forensic science. Several suspects remained on the radar, and cold case detectives hoped that new techniques might crack the case once and for all. However, even with new approaches, the investigation failed to produce new results. The case was reopened again multiple times in the following years, leading to persistent rumors and theories that continued to frustrate both the public and investigators. In 2016, a group of investigators rejuvenated interest in the case by examining it from a fresh perspective, using lessons learned from modern criminal profiling. They developed a psychological profile of the possible murderer, considering motives and behaviors that have emerged in other unsolved cases. The relentless pursuit for answers raised hopes that new insights may shed light on this tragic mystery. Additionally, the remarkable presence of the internet contributed to a resurgence of interest, with true crime forums, podcast discussions, and documentaries increasingly available to avid forensic enthusiasts. Online communities discussed their theories and compared notes, frequently examining old evidence with a contemporary lens. The murder of JonBenét Ramsey profoundly impacted American society, intertwining with cultural discussions around childhood safety, media ethics, and the role of public scrutiny in criminal investigations. The tragedy resonated with parents nationwide, raising awareness about child safety and the dangers pervasive in seemingly safe environments. JonBenét's case also sparked discussions about the treatment of families involved in high-profile investigations. Many advocates have stressed the need for compassion, understanding, and protocol when dealing with bereaved families to mitigate unnecessary suffering. The unsolved murder of JonBenét Ramsey remains both a tragedy and a mystery in the fabric of American history. Over 2 decades have passed since her short life was violently cut short, yet the quest for answers continues to elude not just law enforcement but also the public that has watched the story unfold. The unresolved nature of her case reflects deep societal issues ranging from violence against children, the challenges of familial dynamics, and the destructive influence of media sensationalism. The legacy of JonBenét, much like the image of the innocent child she was, remains inextricably linked to the ongoing battle for justice. Each year, as anniversaries of her murder rise, there are renewed calls for justice. JonBenét Ramsey's case serves as a reminder that behind every headline is a personal story marked by loss, grief, and the hope that one day the truth will emerge. The ongoing investigation allows her memory to endure and provides a focal point for advocating for those who have been lost, forgotten, or neglected by the system. In the end, JonBenét's story, unresolved and haunting, continues to touch countless minds and hearts, driving individuals to explore the depths of this tragic case and advocate for a resolution that has long eluded both your family and authorities. Each year, as new theories emerge and fresh evidence is analyzed with advanced technology, the hope remains that one day the truth will be revealed. For a deeper dive into unsolved murder cases, please subscribe.